An American in Paris is our Hollywood musical with Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron, and it begins in 5 minutes, after a look ahead to Christmas here on 2.
Christmas on BBC2 with films, music and drama. There's a comedy thriller starring Laurence Olivier and Angela Lansbury, A Talent for Murder.
Courvoisier and cortisone, an unbeatable combination.
Alcohol and sclerosis confuse the brain. You know, that's why you go in and out of focus sometimes.
Nonsense, I've never gone out of focus.
An eccentric writer likes to enact her own murder plots, but who'll be the final victim?
Congratulations, Rashi. It all works. The blocked ignition, the car doors, the fumes filling up the garage.
You are proceeding too far. I'm not your guinea pig. One day, I'll kill you.
How do we know what drugs the good doctor's been feeding your poor old mother?
Do I detect a touch of homicide?
I'll tell you this. If we can prove undue influence, you won't see a nickel of Anne Royce McLean's estate.
And there's a murder running riot at the Priory in Edgar Wallace's classic, The Case of the Frightened Lady.
I hated the man, loathed him.
This is a family matter, my dear. You mustn't let your feelings show.
Lady Lebanon, 2 men have been murdered. First Stud and now Dr. Amersham.
I think it's the one used to strangle Dr. Amersham.
Did you ever find out exactly what happened that night?
The scope of your inquiry must obviously lie outside this house.
The scope of my inquiry lies exactly where I want it to lie. Now, I'm asking you for the last time, will you please open that door?
Tim Woodward stars with Virginia McKenna and Warren Clark. There's a film season starring Cary Grant in many of his great roles, including a reformed burglar in To Catch a Thief.
Am I to understand you're the man who knows everyone who owns the best jewelry in this vicinity?
We insure most of the important pieces.
Insurance? That's gambling, isn't it?
Well, shall we say betting?
Yes, let's just say betting, because I have a long shot for you. A little help in return for some of your losses.
So Mr. Batani told me.
Are you interested?
Well, the proposition sounds intriguing, albeit a little unorthodox.
And for late-night loves, entertainment from the Marx Brothers.
Now that you're Secretary of War, what kind of an army do you think we ought to have?
Well, I tell you what I think. I think we should have a standing army.
Why should we have a standing army?
Because then we save money on chairs.
That all-American family, the Waltons, feature in 3 full-length films, starting with A Wedding in the Family. More classical romance in Romeo and Juliet. Margot Fontaine, Carla Fracci and Rudolf Nureyev star in Prokofiev's masterpiece from La Scala, Milan. There's a special version of another popular opera, Offenbach's comic fantasy Orpheus in the Underworld. Christmas with BBC2.
A big star lineup for Russell Harty on BBC1 in a minute, with guests Paul McCartney and Bonnie Langford. Here on 2, we can top that as we combine many of the Hollywood musical's greatest talents. The Gershwins, Alan J. Lerner, Vincente Minnelli, and the stars, Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron in An American in Paris. We celebrate Cary Grant's forthcoming 80th birthday with a season of his films starting on Saturday with Night and Day, in which he stars as the popular composer Cole Porter in the story of that man's colourful life. Night and Day, this coming Saturday at 8:50.